What is going on? Excuse me. YouTube and y'all squad. It's your boy Yocrates. This is your review for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14, episode 10. I'm attempting to do this on the MacBook, so the keyboard is still like gone. Like it doesn't work, but I've been able to use a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and that's a temporary fix for the moment. So hopefully the volume is okay. So this is episode 14, season 14, episode 10, if I didn't already say that. We start off with a Dorit and PK love story transitioning into their downfall. Then we get a quick scene of Kathy inviting Bose, Erica, and Dorit over for dinner. And we start off with Sutton and Garcelle. Sutton, they're at Sutton's house. Sutton lets Garcelle know she has an ulterior motive for inviting her. She wants her to go to Augusta with her to meet her mother. She says she has been upset with her mother, upset about her mother's praise of her ex husband and not of her. Garcelle asks, "Hey, why don't we invite Kyle?" She calls Kyle, invites her. She wants to get to a place where she doesn't feel awkward around her mother because Kyle and Garcelle, they both have lost theirs, and she wants to attempt to repair things. And it sometimes is like that where you see, you still have something other people don't. Maybe I should try to make it work. I just think Sutton probably needs to go to therapy. Because I'm going to say it now before I forget. But so often we want things from people thinking that that's going to give us what we need, and it's not. It's like people wanting closure for a relationship or this or that. And I've had to learn, if that person was to die right now, and I didn't, because it's one of those ways. It's like if that person goes before you can get what you need, then what? And sometimes the closure that you want or the little things that you do want is never really going to fulfill you because you're trying to fill a hole and you don't even know what you're trying to fill. So you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and it's not going to fit because you're not getting into the nitty gritty of what you actually need. So we get to read. Bo stops by. They rehash the trip. She doesn't like how Sutton, shut her down. I thought it was funny, but it was still rude. She sent PK a long text attempting to, tell him about what Jagger said. She didn't lead with that, but was trying to open up communication. When she re-engaged, he pretty much told her that he was at a wedding and have a great day. I'm gonna be honest. This these divorces, I'm not really going to be giving y'all much about them. One, because with Dorit it's only one sided. Obviously PK doesn't want to film, I guess. And when it comes to Kyle and Mauricio, we just don't know what the hell is going on, and it's just nothing but awkwardness. And again, I with a lot of these reviews, I'm bleeding as much blood out of a turnip as I can. Is it a turnip or is it a beet? It's a turnip. I'm gonna say beet. Don't matter. I'm trying to give y'all the best that I got, and I can only do so much. Okay, all right. So Bose, is Bose next? Yes. So Bose goes to dinner with Keely. Bose says they need to have a conversation. He asks her at what point, you know, is she feeling or did she feel that, he is, wasting her time, especially when it comes to them moving forward with things. Is there a timeline? And she says that if she wants to carry, she doesn't have a lot of time, doesn't want to have the baby out of wedlock. Okay, religious undertones there. Get it, got it good. The state that we live in, I understand all of that. At the same exact time, and I think we're going to get more of this next episode. They're just moving way too fast, and the commitment isn't really there. But okay, um, and he loves the fact that she doesn't pressure him and is allowing him to move at his own pace. So we get Cal, her and Mauricio at a gun store slash range. she's there for protection. They rehashed the burglary that happened in 2018. And at first, I was turning my nose up to it, but then having to think, but she is by herself. So if something were to happen, yes, she would need to know how to defend herself. And ladies, because again, mostly ladies are watching my reviews of this, whether you are by yourself or not, if you have some form of protection to protect you, it is imperative that you train with it. Whether it be a stun gun, knife, whatever. If you just have it and you don't practice with it, you don't use it, it's not second nature you handling it, you're going to lock up, and that could be, the deciding factor between you being here, you going on the glory, and all the other stuff. So just take that, do with that what you will. The two of them talk about their single lives, don't care. We get the trip to Augusta. Avi and Junebug, their son's dog, greets them. Sudden, they go to Sutton's Augusta's house. It is beautiful. I'ma just keep it a butt. It looked very plantation to me. Mm-hmm. All right. We meet. Well, we've met Reba before, but we get a little bit more of Reba, and then she's with her friend Jim. Her friend. And Reba seems very standoffish, but I was also getting this air of it was something about her seeing Garcelle, dealing with Garcelle. I don't want to put nothing out there, and I don't want to put nothing on nobody that don't deserve it. But I'm getting some undertones from the energy that Reba was giving her. Garcelle even gifted her a scarf, but it was in a box. She was like, "What's this on?" She's like, "It's not gonna be a snake in here or anything, right?" And it's just like, why would you think this woman is gifting you something that's going to hurt you? It's the things that make you go, And then sees that it's a scarf, and at one point even called it a rag, and it's just, wow, this is what we're doing. Okay. But yeah, she's very unimpressed by this gift. And Garcelle was like, maybe I should have been like Cal and not brought nothing. But what this is leading me to believe is leading me to believe that Garcelle and Sutton, because they are friends, have had conversations about her mother. And I feel like Garcelle is being very performative in how she's dealing with her, almost as trying to say, hey, I'm one of the good ones. If read between the lines, I know y'all picking up what I'm putting down. And then Reba lives in, I don't want to say it's a back house, but it's almost how some of the houses are in Beverly Hills, where there's the main house and then they have like a beach house or a guest house. She stays in the guest house in the back. There we go. And Reba, I know Garcelle mentions how the grandkids are all smart. Reba's like, yes, they're smart, and then mentions the son, but said, yeah, he's smart, but he's weird, but he's smart. Garcelle, out of nervousness, awkwardness, says, I have one too. And Reba's like, I know, I've seen him. And it's the undertones here. I'm not liking it. And when Garcelle get her face cracked next week, I ain't even finna say I'm gonna get there. But I say I'm not gonna say nothing now, but I might have a lot to say next week. We'll see. So I'm gonna just give you all of Kathy, her little part, then I'm gonna give you all of Sutton, Garcelle, and Kyle. I'm gonna give y'all all of that because I'm not doing the back and forth. So the read wonders why Erica wasn't invited to the Augusta trip because she is from Georgia. Kathy wonders why she wasn't invited. And this is a very, private thing. I know a lot of people might be wondering why did Sutton invite Kyle when she has so much to say about Kyle. And it goes back to when I forget where they were, but when they went to that Kemosabe place and Erica took Dorit and them and they was having a split scene and whatnot, and Kyle was freaking out. And it's because breaking the fourth wall, if they don't have enough people there, they're filming the scene, but they may not be able to use that scene. If everybody is there and it's being filmed, it's a greater chance that it's going to be aired. And some of them have contracts because I think they might have like fixed it because some of them you just used to get fixed rate contracts. I don't know if it's been changed, but I know some of the newer housewives over the years have it to where they get paid if they're in that episode. Actually, I think that's all of them because because they had did that to Nene too. So I'm saying that to say Sutton probably invited Kyle, so at least that way, since she is the face of the show, these scenes, will be aired. But given the fact that Sutton's mother is good for reality TV, yeah, it was gonna be shown regardless. So that's why Kyle is there. Erica, come on now, you know why you not there because you and Sutton y'all not quite there yet. And I mean, because for the rest of them, no, you're not going to be there, right? So whatever. Anyway, Kathy says, she's Italian, and when she went to, I think it's Capri, that a woman told her she ain't do no 23andMe, she didn't do Ancestry.com, gang. A woman told her she is part Chinese from 3000 BC. Anyway, Bowles asks Kathy about Kyle. She says that she's been cold to her and wants to know where Kyle is right now. Kathy says she doesn't want to push her because she doesn't like that, and this is traumatic for her. And she treads lightly and even, mention, Kyle being a Capricorn and all of what comes with that. Kathy asks Dorit, let me see, about how she's doing, and even says like, because PK was a good father, correct? Dorit says wrong, and she says that if she was still protecting him, she would say yes. And Erica's whole thing is like when divorces happen, gloves come off, things are said. Then Kathy asks about his age. Dorit says he is 56. Kathy says when she first met him, she thought he was 56. She's trying to continue the conversation. Everybody is laughing. I'm over here laughing. Bo's like, ooh, that was shade. Oh my lord, that was funny. Dorit talks about a 7-page email about that PK sent that was about finances, custody, lawyers, and threats. And she doesn't feel that he wants to be married. I wonder why we aren't seeing any of this. Like why we're not seeing excerpts of it. The only thing I can think of it, because at this point, there's no legal battle just yet. So why aren't we seeing it? Which is why a lot of people are saying they feel like this is, for TV, even though some of what we're seeing, especially with like their first interaction at when they were having dinner or whatever, is real. But some of it seems played up. I don't know. Just make you go, hmm. Erica asks what she's waiting for. Dorit says she is the token idiot wife trying to garner sympathy. They say that she's just taking off the rose-colored glasses. Dorit brings up property law and 10 years of getting half. And give me a second because I want to pull this up because in my comments last week, because again I don't know these things. 73 Shade 93 had put in my video from last week, in California for marriages that last 10 years or more, the courts have the discretion to order long-term alimony. Long-term alimony may last indefinitely or until certain circumstances occur, such as death or either party um pretty much remarries. I'm sorry, death of either party or the remarriage of the supporting spouse. I'm sorry, I had to read that correctly. So that's kind of what's being alluded to, and um, what's her name? Bo's like, oh hell no, and all this other stuff. And Erica says to her as a friend, I'm gonna tell you that that is not your adversary, and that you need to be proactive. I'm preaching to myself just as much as I'm preaching to you. So back in Augusta, the girls go to a place called Luigi's. Garcelle tells them that she told Erica while they were getting IVs about this trip. And Sutton wanted this to be intimate and says with Erica it's very push and pull. And I've already told you why I feel like Kyle is there. So Sutton says more people say she and her mother are a lot alike, but she doesn't see it. And Garcelle says that she can see that Reba was tough on Sutton and can see Sutton being like that. And real talk, I get that. Because trust me when I say my mom and I, especially growing up, and even in my teen and well, like I'll just say when I was 20, 'cause I want to say early 20, but 20, bumped heads all the time. All the time. And when my cousin Yolanda had passed from breast cancer, and we both were like hugging during the funeral, my cousin Nisha had said to me like a couple days later, she was like, it was so beautiful to see you and your mother embracing each other. And she was like, it was in that moment I realized why you two bump heads the way y'all do. And I'm like, why is that? She like, because y'all are so much alike. You are the male version of your mom. And I saw up and down that one end until I sat there and pondered. And I'm like, you know what? She's right. My eldest sibling is the most like our father. My middle sibling is equal parts both our parents. I am the most like my mother. I get it, and even in the little interactions that we seen with Sutton and her mom, Sutton is a lot like her mother, and even I feel like Sutton becomes her mom when she deals with Dorit from time to time. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. And Garcelle doesn't want Sutton to have any regrets. Kyle brings up Reba at Sutton's store from years ago, and Reba being very dismissive. And I put here in my notes, Reba may resent Sutton for the divorce. I put that there because again, they're doing back and forth between them at Luigi's and them and the girls at Kathy's house. Sutton wants respect from her mother. And she says when she got divorced, her first response was, how are you going to pay for things? And the girls was like, oh, she just want to make sure that you were okay. And someone's like, no, not about my stuff, about the lifestyle that she had been afforded. And once she said, I'm like, okay, I was right. She is very resentful. But her daughter came out on top, lack of better words, and your life is still being supported. But I think she wanted Sutton to just be a kept woman. I don't know. And Garcelle says she wants to have a combo with Reba in regards to Sutton to help bridge the gap, and then she gonna run. And I'm sitting here like, I why? Because this ain't got nothing to do with you, and you about to get your face cracked. And again, I know you feel the energy and everything, and it will be different if Garcelle had a bit of a better relationship or some form of relationship with Sutton's mother, but you don't. But again, we're going to see it next week. So that is all that I have. Hopefully, this was entertaining for you all. Um, if I'm not mistaken, the panel for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will be on JB Says What's channel. So make sure you guys see us over there tomorrow. With that being said, rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all later. Peace out.